I have a random question. You know what I was thinking? Why is it? Why is it when you're stoned, all the ads that you subscribe to with your phone number come through, but you have no way to get it? I mean, I could always DoorDash, but that means I gotta have money and I ain't got nothing in Venmo but $2. So, I mean, I had a half of a 25 milligram gummy a minute ago, or, well, about an hour ago, obviously. So, I just thought I'd come in here and chat. I have no idea what to talk about. But I just thought it was funny that at the same time I realized I was stoned, the pizza ad came on. Came over my phone. I'm like, they know. They know. How else could we so right on time? My husband went to go get some, well, he went to go get some more medicinal supplies. You call them medicinal. It's recreational here in Missouri, so yeah. I'm good. I'm good. It's literally right up the blocks. I think it's 3 blocks to Broadway and 1 down. Took my daughter. That's the first place my daughter wanted to go when she got here. I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. A dry state too. Recreational. Let's make it the first place we go. I mean, you step in and get comfortable. It means she had to unload the front seat for me to go with her because she didn't know where to go. And honestly, I thought it was the end of this block. No, it's one up. This is what I plan to do. Drink coffee and talk to you. I got nothing else to do, and I like the scenery, and if I like it and I've got the strength, we'll get out and do something. Now, that's the thing. I have osteoarthritis, spinal stenosis, and I was injured pretty badly in a car accident. But I do get out. I do get out and walk the beach. I have before, and I've done 9 miles on a flat beach in Virginia Beach. It's not flat per se. It's got that angle, but if you walk one way, it'll hurt one way, and then it'll hurt the opposite side on your way back. But, I mean, I like to be real close to the shoreline. How else can you get the rejects from the ocean? You know, big shells. I had a couple of lightning whelks I found. Unfortunately, one actually had a crustacean. I mean, I didn't know was inhabiting it at the time. Not until it was many days later. But I started looking after that, I promise. Yeah, so I have one. Which I may have to bleep all that out. I mean, I'm sure some of us are guilty. Like, who knew it was illegal to take sand dollars from the beach that were live? Do you know how to tell a live from a deceased? The deceased will be laying on the beach, bleached. The others, oh, you need to look up what a live sand dollar actually looks like, because they go through lots of bleaching to get to that skeletal function. If you find one and it has a little dove in the center, that's supposed to be a blessing for you. So always pay attention. I used to find the little bitty baby ones in Virginia Beach. They would stack the sand at the end of the year. I'm sure they still do, for people to drive down the boardwalk, pay per car to see the light show. Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way down to 40th Street anymore. It turns off at 22nd Street, which is really sad because, I mean, it goes into a lot of work and a lot of upkeep to do that for the season. And the season that I got to see it, I actually got to see snow on the ground on the ocean front. And I had been living, well, for the winter, we went into, there's a really good rate for car dwellers. Use Hotel Tonight. And then use your discernment. Because I found out that the price that they wanted to charge me down at Lynn Haven Parkway, they wanted to charge me $80-something a night for nights in. This is on Hotel Tonight. I'm looking, and I look, and I look, and I find the jackpot. I can't remember how many nights we stayed, but it was $84 to stay with an oceanfront room, 2 bedrooms. Which one do you think I took? The 4-star hotel in Virginia Beach that normally goes for $500 a night. But I got lucky for an off-season price and even found it on Hotel Tonight. Yep. That was in 2018. Yeah, 2018. I was having to go back and forth to Virginia Beach from Ohio because my doctor was in Virginia Beach and I was only temporarily in Ohio, but I'd been there 3 months. I needed to go get a checkup and get my prescription filled on base and then go back up and continue doing the hellish life that started. There's a whole lot more drama in my life. I didn't lose Michael first. I lost somebody to the system. I lost somebody who wanted to go chase love, not find love, just be attracted to getting out of our family situation. Dared ran to keep from becoming part of this trapped situation. And I blame myself for that. Because I could have left and all this would have been better. You know, he would see that his mom's not going to take any crap. Not even from his dad and not from him either. But he wanted to be an adult, so he went. Now he's doing adult things for 14 years. I can't justify it. I can say that I didn't think he was mature enough to leave home, but you can't stop your kids at 18, regardless of how much you try to. They're going to fight back. And that's what mine did. He was the one I lost first. And the bad thing is Michael died the day before. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay. Jared went to jail 2018. So right around this time of year, 2018. Sorry, I need a cigarette because this is what I'll do. I'm unboxing my bullshit. You look me up, you're going to find out I got some people. But I really feel for the circumstances that the judge had to face that day, I think it was overkill. There were no, I don't know if I should, I'm feeling guided to talk about it because I got some, my current family is like a nightmare for me. And my son was 18 trying to be a father without graduating high school. Now he's in prison. Because he thought he could be a father. Now, my son is like me. He's a neurodivergent. Not quite Asperger's, but very intelligent. He didn't have to finish high school. When he got his GED in prison, he was so smart that he aced completely, earning honors credit in college from a GED in 2 subjects. Not just one, 2. And my guess, math and science, because the rest of them, he's not that interested in. So, I say this because you can be intelligently stupid. You can be intelligent as far as the books are concerned. But when it comes to parental figures, we give our kids the guidance to a certain age. And then they have to start learning by example. You don't want your kids to give up on life, right? My kids have wanted to give up several times in life. One, because he couldn't find love, but he was completely book smart. But now he'll watch Marvel, and I'll want to talk about multiverses and the fact that I believe we live in a multiverse. We are our own universe. Now, this is what I believe. And I was trying to teach my kids this, but none of my kids seem interested. And that's when you got to realize, if this is a subject that thrives in you to talk to others about, and you know there are others like you out there, then go for it. Put your channel out there. Because you could be talking about the moon one day and angels the next day, and how it all plays in to an ostrich. Did you know that ostrich is mentioned in the Bible more times than you can bear to count? I think it's more than seeing all 10 of your fingers 3 times. Jared found that out in prison. What? Yeah, found it out in prison. In a way, I see God putting him in the nape of the neck, saying, you're next, to put on your divine path when you get the heck out of here. And so many people who have been to prison end up having this spiritual awakening that throws them into another dimension while they're in. Their focus will be all over the place when they start. I was afraid of Jared becoming the other kind of person. But no, we're in 6 years now, and he is more adamant about being financially responsible. He was financially responsible before he left. He made sure he had a little bit of bank to get him started in the next place, but he was running back to old flames. Old flames had new responsibilities, looking for new baby daddies. You understand? So God pulled him out and said, no, you need to sit back here and observe, because I'm about to put your mother through a lot of stuff, and you're going to need to be able to catch up with her when you get out. But right now, she's on her own. But she already knows more than you, and you guys have picked out patterns in your own karmic cycles. And you have placed dates and numbers and numerology and all of that, and I've done it all. I even predicted the date that I was going to have my concussion. And it happened. I predicted a date in 1998 that would change my marriage forever in 2014. And that was the day that I kissed my twin flame. He kissed me. I didn't think he loved me. I didn't think he had any kind of feeling, whatever. But back on Jared. There are so many things that he has gone back and told his father, because I don't talk to him. For me, it's best that I don't. I don't know if you know about temperance angels on earth, but I feel really, really highly like I have to be guided by angels at this point. My mom, a new one, my mom passed away, a brain tumor. She went pretty quickly. It was on December the 2nd, 2022. Now that date in 2014 that I predicted in 1998 was December 2nd, 2014. I went to Clarksville, Tennessee. Not until I was on my way over there did I register. And then 2022, my dad tells me that my mom has she had breast cancer in 2016. They were testing her for lung cancer. Habitual smoker. I got my habit from there. That's just one pattern. In 2014, when he kissed me, I didn't know how my marriage was going to change drastically. If you ever see that blue tongue, I noticed it in one of my videos, my shorts, my gummies. It's always going to be blue until he brings back the new batch today. I don't know what color that's going to be. But in 2022, my dad tells me that my mom has brain cancer. And that he didn't tell me how bad. In 2023, on February 3rd, it's a friend of my friend's birthday. And for the first time, I drink in 1 year, around a year. And the next morning, my dad calls me, or he calls me, and I can't remember how he called me. I don't remember if he texted me or if he called me. It makes a difference to me. I get it, not having a whole lot of my memory's fuzzy still from the concussion. Sometimes I have to go back and a lot of these videos are for that purpose. And if you have problems with memory loss, these videos make videos of what you remember. That way you can try to push yourself to remember. And don't feel so hard on yourself if you can't remember. I've been doing that to myself. I'm like, wait a minute. Something is connected to this, that's connected to this. And it's neurons firing or rewiring. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to trigger that memory in its normal flow. That's what I've considered it. Trying to get past that post-concussion syndrome. Because instead of getting angry that I can't remember, I don't divert the anger outward. I push for the intellect to dive deeper to find my memory. I don't know if that makes any sense. Sometimes the light will help. I guess you could say, I don't know if that may be what light immersion therapy is actually. I've never been through it. My husband has. But, from all intents and purposes, I can see it. But this is kind of a reverse way. I like doing it in the sunlight because it's more like meditation. I go guided by angels. I know they're here. I know they exist. I could go on forever about angelology. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Spirituality. That's what I'll go toward more, because you're guided by angels 24 hours a day. So you have a little dark and you have a little light, Those two conscious angels over here, they portray in cartoons since the 50s or before then. So, I'm only privy to, oh gosh, my dad's named one and my uncle's named the other. My dad's name is Tom. My uncle's name is Jerry. So, just to get that out there. It's kind of like, the way we saw it portrayed on that one. And I feel like we're all Tom when he gets his butt burnt by the coal after walking the stairway to heaven. That's what I feel. We're all on that stairway. It's a matter of how we're passing. Are we passing you going down, or are they passing you coming up? You know? It's all based on what you do down here. Are you chaotic? Are you vengeful, lustful? I mean, come on, give that shit up. I mean, look at how many STDs are out there now. Who'd want to be humping around? Oh gosh. Oh, you watch. It's gonna be a short next. All those STDs out there. Why y'all humping around? Man, put that stuff away. Oh, Opal. Opal said, Opal is very, 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 very feminine. Very feminine. Y'all need to check out what a blue opal looks like if you've never seen one. Oh my gosh. It sparkles iridescent underwater. Yet it can't stay underwater because you never know. Can't stay out of water. I don't remember. I think the common opal can. One of them breaks away. I thought I saw that happening with the blue opal, but I mean, if you know, you know. I was an extreme rockhound. I mean, really extreme. I lost the storage unit, but here's my thing. I've got to find it. I don't want to buy somebody else's. I want to find it. I want to go out there and dig and get dirty. So, I mean, I'm the rockhound that likes to find her own. But I need someone to help me carry those buckets up. That's what I need. Because I'm going to be dealing with it. That's why I've got these buckets. How about that? I wonder if it's the end of my conversation. For this one, anyway. No, I mean, that bucket, I've already got an idea as to how I'm going to line it. Because where I want to go next, there are a couple of places. I can go back toward home, which is actually Arkansas. But my dad is the only one that lives in that hometown. And I don't feel like going back there. I'm the only one that's car dwelling. That's of my siblings. My sister used to do this. She did this for 3 months and saved money. Then she bought a piece of land in Maine. She got out of Maryland and D.C. because she was having to work in Baltimore. Yep, she hated the city life. She wanted a nice, cold country life, and she's getting it. Her favorite place to visit was Alaska, and she went on a cruise there. You know, I've come to realize the car dwellers that are out here, they have lives. I mean, I have one. I can talk about it, which is what I'm going to do. But I'm trying to make a new life. So whatever's on my mind, we're going to erase the memory that I had, and we're going to talk about it here. And what I'm doing is bringing in where the new starts, that new energy. And I want y'all to go along with me, because I could sit here and talk about all the bullshit in my life, or I can sit there and rewrite a memory with you. I'd rather do it here and do it on my own, or do it with the love of my life. And he knows who he is. I can't lie about that. He knows who he is. But I know, because 30 years ago, I was a much younger person. I wasn't tolerable. I mean, maybe I was. But, I mean, I felt like I was. He just had other instinctual needs that he never grew out of. And, you know, I hope that one day he does grow out of them. But he's also the one that kissed me in 2014. So, if the love's still there, then maybe it'll come around. But it's been 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. I tried to tell him in 2021. And then I found out that he had a relationship going at the time. Bad timing. Well, I do believe in good timing, divine timing. Good timing is when everybody's out on the outs and you're bouncing things off of each other. You know, what your goals are, what his goals are. And then, that's good timing. Bad timing is, I just got into this. I want to see where this goes, but I know I love you. And that gets you more ego driven in the masculine. Because in the masculine, oh, wait, she's knocking on my door and I got this one too. But I ain't trying to do that right now, right now. But all of these other things you hadn't even thought of. He hadn't thought about telling me while I'm on my ride home on the interstate, you didn't have to leave. No, I didn't. That never came across. Because I was waiting the whole next day for an apology. You kissed me. And he knows how he kissed me. He expected some. And what? You expected me to pick up where we left off? Now I'm kind of hoping we do. But, like I said, it's been 11 years. 11 more years since that first date. I mean, damn, you see? Up, down. I gotta work this out. I wasn't expecting to get, I'll give you some of my dirt and some of everybody's dirt. We all got dirt. The thing is, we can play in the water and make mud pies. Or sometimes we can find a diamond in there. Oh, yeah, there we go. We can uplift that way. And you see why I want to travel? Because I get down in there. And no, this is not bipolar. This is learning how to work out your own feelings. You change the damn subject. You can call me anything you like. I really don't give a shit. But, so, dirt. What can you find in dirt? Rocks. And I gotta figure out, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna paint on this journey, or am I gonna rockhound? Because I'm gonna need that space that painting stuff's in. Oh, another problem, huh? Oh, gemstones are in the dirt. That's what I was trying to get to. And there goes the ADHD. Wow. Hyper-focus. Everything is relatable. Everything intertwines. And it is all muddy. Playing in the mud. Dirt. Rocks. Rockhound. Back to Arkansas. You see? The diamond mines. The Crater of Diamonds mine in Arkansas. That's where I want to go. But you have to go within a certain period of time during the year. And with all this fresh rain, it should be nice and muddy. I might not be able to go for a couple of months. That's how muddy it is right now. They've been hammered. And it's been going right over it. So, kudos to the one who finds the big one. Because I'm sure you'll find it. They'll be unearthed by this mud somehow. Hopefully they disc it up. Then I wanted to go, well, first, I love Hidden Lake, North Carolina. But I did find some stones at Lake Anna in Virginia. Just walking around, even in the parking lot. Now, I like to find the ones that call to me. And I don't know where you're at in your spiritual journey. But for me, I can see little orbs turn into flies. I can see little orbs around rocks that just the circle around the rock. So this makes me believe Dolores Cannon. She talked to people who had been rocks before. They're getting a rock peripheral view of whoever. This is my thinking. I'm going more on Dolores Cannon's theories and communications because I'm a conduit too. As a medium, they can float in and out of me, give me the information I'm looking for, or give me a better spot to be in. It's, as far as conversation, topic of conversation. Because I could cut this down into 4 shorts. Y'all are just sitting here with me for the whole video. So if you see these shorts, or you think I have a lot of them, these are just the most important clips of the same video. I'll link the video eventually. But I gotta have good material. We're just sitting here talking. Like this. I'm just sitting here watching traffic go by, literally. I wish I could flip it around and show you. This is just a peaceful place to be right now. And I'm zoned into it. I'm just sharing my time with you. Alright, so this is my view. I mean, this is my view. And there's a firehouse from one of my videos. But that's it. That's me. So, yeah, I had to detoxify from all this shit. I can't wait to just be peaceful. I mean, when I say I haven't done all the jobs like that show, but never losing my integrity. That can't give you too much residential information. You'll know where I'm at. Oh. You'll know where I'm at. He's scared. He's scared. I mean, with the occasional homeless person walking down the street. But, I mean, a lot of these people, my son says, has homes. They just panhandle. They have a home. They just panhandle. Some of them do. This is my home. That's my son's house. And he rents it, so right now he's housing my husband. Well, he's doing that too for me while it's hot, while it's cold outside. You see where I'd rather be. I don't get interrupted in here as much as I do out there. I can't live stream or record in the house. You're gonna hear somebody. Before, it used to be my son screaming or my husband screaming for one thing or another. Justin's was usually about somebody. It wasn't nobody in the house. That's how bad it was. So, yeah. But he's 24 and working on his anger. He got his anger not from me. I'd rather talk to you on video than argue with somebody. I'll come out here to the fucking car. I'll come out to the car and make a video of it. Like I said before in another one. You might want to watch what argument you start with me, because it's a big old video in about 10 minutes. If you're lucky, I hadn't recorded the argument either, which is what I did on that one, and I privated it. I need that for leverage later. Oh, but I'm nice and sweet. Well, she doesn't have any control over your bank account. Why are you broke? Oh, because I do this, this, and this, and this. No, how about that $600 loan payment you got going out? You don't own any real property. What the hell did you buy with it? And paying that for, oh, God, I don't know how long. Be smart with your money, people. Just because you got it to pay the note doesn't mean you should take it. Damn, can you do without some materialistic? I needed the money. For what? Weed? God bless. What? There's nothing tangible. Yeah, okay. Maybe some clothes, maybe some shoes. Because he is that kind of, I gotta look good. You sit in the house. Why? I mean, hell, I'm more public with y'all. I think I've been in these for a while. I mean, I gotta wash them. I had to find a time to wash me. He's got a roommate in a nice house, of course. You know, now he's got another roommate. God, his parents came back. Well, his mom doesn't really want to stay. His mom's got a way of getting out of here. The only thing is, I need my tags, I need insurance, I need my registration. And do you know this sucker is so... I'm so to blame for his financial status and ruin. He makes $2,700 a month. Don't let that get to you. It's not like he ain't got the money, but he didn't have the money if he was going to rent his own place. I paid cash for this sucker when I got my insurance settlement from the car accident I told you I was in another video. But when I was in that car accident, the doctors took $54,000 out of my check. Oh gosh, I still have problems with my neck back here. I'm supposed to see a chiropractor to set my top bone every week, which means I'm out for 24 hours. I don't have the money to see them. They took all that money. I had $31,000 left. I had to go get that check before they started spending more of it. Because my lawyer got 33 1/3. I mean, geez, come on. So when I paid $18,600 for it, I thought I was good. Because I even paid 6 months full coverage insurance on a car I was already paid for, just in case I ended up totaling it out because I hadn't driven in so long. And I had the accident. I had just had a concussion the month before, which is what prompted the whole abrupt moving. I couldn't recognize my own husband. So after spending time in jail, because these suckers let me sit in jail for 2 weeks, and I got picked up for trespassing. I could never remember what I was there for. Well, I went to the hospital. And then he looked like my ex-husband, so I ran. But this is symptoms of somebody who's had a concussion, and they're treating me like a drug addict. Pot. That's it. And pot don't make you see things. Pot don't make you see things. God will make you see things, but not pot. You know, I had a half a mushroom once. I didn't feel a fucking thing. I didn't. I had put it on a pizza just so I didn't have to taste the taste of a fucked up mushroom. Or a mushroom that's supposed to fuck you up. Not a damn thing. I was disappointed. Anyway. Yeah, when I finally realized, because I had been handcuffed and on the ground, and this is why I wanted to get out of Cape Girardeau in the first place, because all I could have was nightmares sitting here. And I have to sit here and watch these cops roll by me, knowing I have no tags on my car, waiting for a motherfucker to walk up on me and say something. Right now, because I'm parked on the side of the street. So yeah, I'd really like to get my tags and move on my merry way, but here in Missouri, there's a penalty for not getting them within, I think, within 30 days. The transfer of the title. I've got the title, I need to have it transferred. I don't want to lose my car. I love my car. This is the first real property I've had since 1995. Real property. This is the kind of financial mess my husband's put us in. I'm the one that took the, and he said, what made me leave? Absolutely, with a new car to boot and watch me drive away in this motherfucker. What did it was when I knew I had the settlement check and I had signed it, I said, good, we can buy a new car. I can put 10, 20%, maybe 10,000 on it. No, we'll just get it. His response was no. We'll just end up getting it repossessed. I'm like, wait, what? The car before, I take that back. I said this is the first real property I've had since 1995. No, I'm just doing it better now. In 2018, when we went to Ohio, I ended up having to file back an injured spouse form on our income tax return because something that one of us had affected the other, and it was on our check as a garnishment. Well, when one had more income that was paying out in taxes, they gave it back. So since I was that force that brought it back, anyway, we ended up getting 3,000 and some change back. I think it may have been right at 3,000, and maybe a little more. I'm guided to say more. I try to be honest with everything, so you may see me pause for a minute to try to make sure that I'm keeping my story straight. The way I see it, lies, 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 lies. He's listening to every word you say. Every word. It's my thought. It's in the Bible. We make and create our own destiny based on our mouth, our actions. So we have dedication to it. And if you build it, they will come. I mean, it's like the movie says. If you build it, they will come. You just gotta have, I don't know. For me, it's completely random. I'll have to go back and watch this over because that I felt the concussion symptom again. And that concussion was in 2021. September 13th, 14th. It's public record. They sent ambulances out to the creek that I'd fallen in running from my husband. You see, they didn't ask me anything. I was running from him. It was right after midnight. Oh, my mom's birthday is the 13th of September, and my uncle's birthday is the 14th of September. So he was the one that was deceased. Colorectal and brain, almost like my mom. My mom, hers started out, long story, just familial lines of, the big ugly word. So, I started looking at environmental issues between my mom, my son, Michael, and a neighbor across the street. I'm from a town called Hamburg, Arkansas. 3 people in that corner with cancer. Christy, she just passed away in September. I believe it was September of 2024. She lived catty corner to us. Michael, at 19 years old in 2010, had been diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. It wrapped around his spine after being out of it. It came out of his spine, wrapped around his, and then set on his right lung. Had to be his right lung. Because he had the scar on this side, dressing it in the hospital. A Stanton Kids lemonade stand. Facebook. Made a page there. when it all went down. And then I just stopped. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But he's here now and he knows the truth. I wasn't trying to be evasive. I just didn't know how to help you any better than I could. And that was prayer. Painting. Meditation and painting. That's what I do when I paint. It's kind of what I do when I chat too, so it may be random. I mean, basically it's channeling. That's all it is. Because my story it's going to hit somebody. It's going to hit somebody. I've been through that. You may not have been through everything, but you're going to hear about it from me. Well, at least as much as I'm allowed to tell you. Because, well, I like to be truthful. Everything's guided by God. Everything. Even the things that seem random. But I've already done this for 47 minutes. And I really don't know what else to say. Okay. I'm going to do something I normally do for myself. Today I'm going to do it with you. I take my Bible. I used to put both hands on each side of the Bible. Take my hand on the side crevice with the pages. And I used to get this feeling in my fingers. A little tingle. So it would be within those books. So say if it was a fingertip long. Okay, so move to that fingertip. This one already has a label. Am I supposed to be in Job? Oh man, I can't pronounce some of these words. Oh my gosh, this sets my story. Job 37:15. I think that's just 15. Yeah, 15. 37:15. I think it is. Hold on. It goes, no, it's 36. 36:15. And he delivers the poor in their affliction and opens their ears in oppression. Indeed, he would have brought you out of dire distress into a broad place where there is no restraint. And what is set on your table would be full of richness. That is Job 36:15 and 16. That's not a coincidence. And I think that's a great place. Wow. You see, I was talking about judgment. I put up a post about judgment. That you are filled with judgment, do the wicked. In other words, you are filled with judgment, do the wicked. The wicked need their just judgment. You need to see your justice. Judgment and justice take hold of you. Remember, I told you my family's not spiritual. I am. spiritual doesn't mean I don't believe in the Bible. Spiritual means I know there are more books of the Bible. They were just removed. Man would have too many secrets to the universe. They're all in the Bibles. The only thing is, they're all connected to one another. Now, I'm not trying to stir up one world religion. And Lord knows we have way too many differences for that. But there are some of us believing we're coexisting. Absolutely. There's a reason for that coexist sticker. I just wish more people who use it realized it. Angels are everywhere, and they're in every Bible. Everyone. And if you ever get interested in the books of Enoch, delve into that. That'll take you down another rabbit hole, and then another rabbit hole. Because there are books of Adam and Eve. They're not books that the Bible or the churches will recognize either. But it really enlightens you to the world of spiritual warfare. In spiritual warfare, always tell the truth. If you start lying, then since you're higher up, you get bigger demons. And you'll have to keep those bigger demons going. But when you get to a point where you know God, when you say God's will over free will, that's it. That's it. God's got a hold of you now. Whatever you do is His. That's why I say it's God's decision where I go. I just know I'd have more fun if I had company of His nature. And I'm too chicken shit to call. I am. When I set out on this, I had $9,500 extra dollars, had full coverage insurance, and I was gonna knock on his door and see where the chat would lead, just to see if the kiss meant anything, because nothing else happened. I mean, well, something a little extra happened, but just to suffice, I wasn't perfect, but I wasn't completely innocent, because I really wanted something more to happen. But I put the brakes on real quick. That's when you know you're guided by angels. Because I didn't recognize the voice, not at first, of who was actually speaking from me. Your ancestors will come and kick some ass if they really feel a need to. But see, every lie you tell about an individual, especially when it comes to twin flames, every lie you tell against them comes back to bite you in the butt. I mean, it will bite you hard. So I had to learn how to not talk bad about my twin flame. And giggle whenever I hear something devastating. I mean, he did it before, but I know why. It's that divine order of things. You know, you may not see anything, but you'll hear something. Yeah, it's something I never expected to hear. But in 2021, I show up on his doorstep the 25th of October in Clarksville, Tennessee. Now, I found out there's probably a Clarksville in every state. I think Clarksville, Tennessee is going to be the biggest one, though, because they have more Army-related military. So, in all of that, 2021, I showed up on his doorstep. First, I wanted to talk about Heather. I knew she was in a bad marriage. I mean, it probably about as bad as mine, and I've put up with it. I didn't want to see her doing the same thing. You know what I mean? You always want better for your daughter. And I would fight for her. Matter of fact, I feel like I lost my soul one night. Her first husband had me way out the door. But I went in, I flew back. Then Michael went in, he flew back. Now, Michael was the one that was terminally ill when we were up there. He died in 2020. Um, SI. I'm just gonna put that. He was started dealing with the pain, and his note. Um, that's what I said. I was already dealing with the fact that he was terminally ill, but 1 year later, I'm still dealing with the fact that it was SI, self inflicted. He was started dealing with pain. His obituary picture had him on oxygen still. He was in a chair. He was 29 years old. 19 when he was diagnosed. The same cancer that Christy had across the street when she broke her arm in our yard. But her parents didn't sue us. You know, everybody would be so happy. Oh, I broke my arm, broke my foot, whatever. In this yard, they found out she had Ewing sarcoma at a very young age. She passed away at a very young age, too, this last year. That's 3 people, at least, that I know from Hamburg. There are more. What is the environmental relevance? Farmland. You know, it's all fine and dandy when the water's out there, but when you're rushing through, you're picking up all the chemicals from the farmland. And all that water resources has to come back to us. If you're immune to it, you're immune to it. But I really feel like it's a whole Aaron Brockovich thing going out there. And I didn't want my family to stay there any more than they had to. And if they were, drink bottled water. I don't want to go back to Hamburg. It's too close to the city, is what I'm saying. The city groundwater has to be insourced. I mean, because at one point in time, that was all farmland. It had to be. I mean, you'd have to really dig into Hamburg's history to figure out what was there beforehand. And what you're doing is what you're hearing is me channeling what my interests are. I'm more of a go out there and find out why. This doesn't bother me. Car dwelling does not bother me, but it bothers my parents, or my dad. With respect to my mom, it bothered her too. Now she sees what I'm doing. And now she understands it. It's not something... I feel God guided in this. Because everyone that I have come across has some aspect of myself. It's kind of like playing Back to the Future without going anywhere. Like, you're sending off this person, but you've learned a lesson by watching them. Like, for instance, the girl from New York City, New York, in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, at the same time that I just happened to be in, she would walk around and talk to herself. But I know that she's talking to other spirits. I woke up in the middle of the night and I asked her if she could ask her demons to go to sleep for the night. And I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding. I meant every word that I said. Can you tell your demons to go away for the night or go to bed for the night? I'd like to go to sleep down here. I do the same thing. That's what I'm doing. That's why I decided to start this whole system here with YouTube. So you get to listen to me ramble as I channel. Like, I might channel tomorrow about possible locations to go. Like today, I said I really want to go to the diamond mine in Arkansas right now, but Hidden Night, North Carolina is also a prime choice. But everybody knows what happened in North Carolina with the floods, and I don't know what's passable. I know Bat Cave Road is on my view bug. There are pictures of my trip in 2014. In 2014, that's when I was coming back from him kissing me. So, hold on, my husband's back. Sorry, he had to stop by and talk to me for a minute. But that didn't cost y'all any time. It's just a little blip in the algorithm. At least for me, anyway. I figured, I used to read tarot cards. And right now, I am practicing necromancy. So, I mean, if you know what that is, you know what it is. But you're not conjuring them up. I'm not. See, that was just one of them. That was just one of them. Because they said you were not conjuring anyone up. No, my family members are all right beside me. They know me. I'm good. Sorry, staring at a car. New here. I mean, new to me. I'm new here. I'm sure he was checking me out too. I've not seen that car yet before. I mean, before last week. I mean, I come and go. His house has been a place for me to crash since 2019. The couch surfing on my son's couch ain't so bad, The thing is when you have to deal with them as much, and I'm trying not to be. I mean, my husband invited me back here, not on the grounds of reconciliation. I'm going to be quite blunt about that. That was not on the table. Reconciliation is not on the table. Mainly because I don't feel the way I should feel. I feel more about the second than I do the first, second, third, fourth. I'm on the fourth. The second, I wouldn't mind trying to restart. I think we got off on a false start. Him being in the South Node, but when he was with me, it wasn't that way. When he was with me, it always seemed like he was heart to heart with me. And then it felt more like a mind game. If you know, as a twin flame, you'll know. And I'm not going to push that on anybody. But I'm going to tell you what, you will recognize the mirroring in the soul when you do find out. I don't know if that happens with soulmates. It's never happened with Paul. It's never happened with Mike. It never happened with anybody else but with him. And there was a reflection. He took an image, or it was at that point, there was an image instilled that I saw of what I looked like from his point of view. Like a camera flash from me. So if you know something's different. Like the third eye was able to take an image. You remember if you've watched the movie Men in Black. If you've watched the movie Men in Black, you will see a picture that has, what is his name? K. That J is Will Smith's character. K, right? Kay was the one, Tommy Lee Jones, was that? And he's my favorite actor, too. Well, aside from a couple other people. Um, but like I said, I have had a concussion, and I do apologize to these actors who I cannot remember. Um, Speaking of at this point, I do apologize. But as he takes that image, tell me how I am like this, like that image. I've seen images that were taken from like above, um, and that's what I channel. It's how do I look from here? Let's say I don't want to lose the gift by talking about it. I mean, maybe other people can too. Like, if you could see a reflection of yourself from a stop sign, that is exactly what I saw from my twin. From that day, I knew there was something about him that I was never going to forget. And I'm going to put it to you this way. This little karmic episode, this shit show over here that I have collected over the last 32 years, this all takes the cake. Because if I had known it would come down to this, there would have never been. There would have never been this little side journey. Because I didn't ask for the side journey. It just happened to me. Because the choices he was making. And the people who are around him that have these certain capabilities. And you're always going to listen to your parents over your wife, right? If you're a twin, there should be no interference. There was constant and heavy interference. So I feel like we were given a false start at a young age. Our daughter had to pay for the price. Our hearts have paid the price. He's tried, I've tried, and I've tried with one person. Imagine having your heart broken or breaking other people's hearts knowing what you're doing. Because he knew what we were. He just never enlightened me. He never had any plans to settle down because, well, a twin who's awakened and just playing the role, they know how to play the role. They're playing on Satan's side. Until they come over and do the God's will side, because he was working too. It wasn't always just, fun and games. He was working too. He had jobs, and he had angels working in those people. They weren't ever going to be a divine feminine. Yep. Divine feminine should be able to intellectually talk to you. Like, you may not be able to talk on the phone, but if you're guiding people to my YouTube channel, I'll still be the talk of the town, and you'll still be main subject. Well, almost main subject. For the main subject, you need to go over to my podcast. I started that in 2022. And then I realized, why the hell am I hiding my face? I'd rather talk to y'all. I'm taking that some of my guides over here would rather me be on, podcast because it's not accessible. See, I do have demons over here trying to talk me, into my left side, hellbound side. You try hounding me from hell. Go away. I'm good. Oh, I don't know where I got this. I can't tell you where I got this. A friend of mine, I think, gave it to me. A friend of mine's sister, or my friend. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Mary Jo, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Brain part for a minute there. Thank you. I do wear it. I'm quite fond of it, actually. Took me a minute because this would drag over my arm and felt like a spider crawling on my arm. I'll be honest. Me, spiders, and wasps, we don't act well together. I don't know whether to shut this off or keep going. Or shut it off and then start over again. It's going to be one long ass bitch. I'll come back later.